Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menashe. On today's show, we're talking about demographics. Demographics can be used to predict the future of many real estate markets. Nowhere is this more true than in the hundreds of small towns and villages all over the world. Younger people have been moving out of the small towns in search of fame and fortune in the big city. Some countries have been experiencing very low birth rates, resulting in a rapidly aging population. In the U.S., birth rates are at 1.77 births per woman in the year of 2017. They've fallen another 2% since 2017. That's not high enough to sustain the population at a constant level. Demographers will tell you that you need a birth rate of 2.2 to hold the population constant. Some countries have increased immigration in order to offset the drop in fertility. In Spain, the number of deaths have exceeded the number of births for years and show no signs of changing. Bulgaria's population is shrinking faster than any nation on earth. Despite having a growing expat population, Bulgarians are leaving the country in droves looking for more lucrative employment elsewhere in Europe. Combined with a birth rate of 1.46, the country is expected to lose 23% of its population over the next 30 years if the current trend continues. There's a similar trend being reported in Latvia. In Italy, the birth rate sits at 1.34, one of the lowest in Europe. Cost of living, low wages, and difficulty in finding steady employment are the number one factor that most Italians cite in their decision not to have more than one child. Dying towns exist all over the country. Italy has been running an experiment to bring new investment into small towns. The most visible was the small town of Sambuca, which started offering abandoned houses at auction starting at €1. The houses come with strings attached. They have to be redeveloped, and a minimum amount of investment and renovation needs to be made. These auctions have been highly publicized and have attracted thousands of bidders from all over the world. Some of these century-old houses are in historic medieval villages, and some have sold for €1, but most have been bid up in price. Some sell for €5,000, €10,000, €20,000. Still, that's a reasonably good deal. After renovation, some owners report total investments of around $140,000 for a newly rebuilt home in a slice of paradise in the Italian countryside. These are small towns where everyone in town knows your name. The owner needs to commit to spend a certain minimum number of time there each year. Ultimately, the towns want these residents to start building businesses and to bring economic activity back to the smaller centers, not just buy up the real estate. Some have been purchased and owner-occupied for part of the year, and then put up as short-term rentals for the remainder of the year. About 16 towns have initially participated in similar €1 home projects. These programs give you a house and Italian residency. Now, you'll need to pay a €5,000 deposit in order to make sure you don't walk away from your obligation to complete the purchase and the renovations. If you don't complete the renovations within the contract term, you'll lose your deposit and the property. That might be more than your purchase price for the property. Many of them are in the poorest provinces in Italy, like Sicily, Puglia, Calabria, and Sardinia. Many of these villages are nestled in the hills and mountains. Some come complete with a thermal bath. These houses are all stone and have been standing for centuries. One of the side effects of all the publicity surrounding these €1 auctions is that many visitors have come into town and purchased properties outside the auction process. Some of these conventional purchases have been even better deals than the €1 house. They've needed less in renovation and naturally have been purchased far below construction cost. But in today's environment, when you can be connected anywhere in the world through the internet, the actual physical location of your home matters less than it might have mattered in the past. There are so many people operating location-independent businesses. Their clients are in one location and they choose where they want to live based on a lifestyle choice. For some, the idea of having a villa in Italy was made vivid by the 2003 movie called Under the Tuscan Sun. And now these homes priced for €1 are not in the heart of vineyards in Tuscany, but the allure of the slower-paced Italian country lifestyle could be pretty compelling for some. And for some, it's a vacation home. For others, it's a full year-round lifestyle choice. One of my partners regularly spends several months of the year in Florida. I have another colleague who decided to move to the Greek island of Mykonos. He decided to time shift his day, so if he was required in a meeting on the Eastern time zone, he would be available. He simply loved the lifestyle on that island. As you think about that, have a look in your pocket and see if you've got some spare change lying around. Have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. Talk to you again tomorrow.